everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 199. Yep, we've counted down to 199. 200 is next week, and I so can't even believe that. Now that I do a YouTube every Saturday, they go so fast. I mean, YouTube number 200, who would have ever thought, honestly? Now, you couldn't have planned this if you tried, but YouTube number 200 falls on a simply defined release. Really, I couldn't have planned it, even if I tried. It just happens to fall on a simply defined release. So next week is the next simply defined release, and it is YouTube number 200. So I do think we're gonna have to do just something rock star special and do some kind of wonderful giveaway. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure it out by then. Now today I have got a wonderful YouTube. It's affordable, it's fun, it's easy, and it's interactive. Oh, that worked. Affordable, fun, easy, and interactive. It is brought to you by, well, it's brought to you by me, but I'm using product from Jillibean Soup, and they are manufactured by a company called Hapmton Arts. So I have got Jillibean Soup product for you, but I'm actually buying it through Hapmton Arts. It's kind of like Scrapbooking Made Simple and Simply Defined and Simply Refined, I guess. But I love the product. And this is a happy YouTube. This is shake, shake, shake YouTube, because we're going to be playing with shakers. But I really want you to see how smart Hapmton Arts and Jillibean Soup was when they put their little shaker sets together, and how affordable they are. I think that's what struck me the most, was how affordable everything is, from the card bases to the dies to the stamps. Even if you just use the card bases and the shakers and you have your own dies and stamps, really affordable. So when Lynn from Hapmton Arts was here, she's got the best accent. She's from back, well, south. And she has the best accent. She makes my heart happy. I could listen to her talk all day long. So when she was out here and visiting to show me all of this product, I said, oh, this is so for us. This is just make my heart happy. And I have to tell you, I actually stopped at their booth at CHA in January, but they were not on my appointment list, so I didn't have much time. So I kind of ran in and I said, I'm Stacey from Scrapbooking Made Simple. I need to talk to somebody about an account, possibly opening an account. And Lynn came right over, and I almost think she said, I think I know who you are. And I'm like, ah. And with her sweet southern accent, it was just, she was darling. And I said, please accept my apologies. I cannot stay. I have another appointment, and I am a very punctual person. I don't like to be late. I think that if you're late, now if you're late all the time, okay, but for me, it's like I don't want people waiting on me, because I feel like it's disrespectful that they would think that whatever I was doing was more important than what I should have been doing with them. So I'm very, very punctual. So I stopped at her booth. I said, I cannot stay. I have to be somewhere. And she said, oh, don't even worry about it. I'll fly to see you. I am not necessarily used to getting that kind of, I'll fly to see you. Usually companies will say, well, you're an independent mom and pop store, which we are. That's what we are. We're a small independent mom and pop store. But she was like, I want to come to California, and you're a very good reason to do it. So it worked out for both of us. Anyway, she came and she showed me all of this wonderful product, and I knew it was for us, and I know it's for you, especially if you are budget minded. I know it's for you. So I can't wait to bring that to you. I've got winter chicken dinner to announce. I have to put on my glasses. I've now become dependent upon them. Nobody ever told me that when you use these cheaters, readers, whatever you're calling them, you become dependent upon them. So now when I take my glasses off, when I'm not reading or doing something, I still can't see. So now I'm wearing them all the time. They've no longer become readers, they become all the timers. Okay, so I've got winter chicken dinner from YouTube number 198, which was Uchi's, those interactive 3-dimensional animation stamps. Weren't those fun? oh my gosh, love them. And really just love the company too. Uchi's, they're just the nicest people ever, and really enjoy doing business with them. So you want to know if you've won some of those animation stamps, don't you? Well, if you are Angelina, oh, I love your name, Angelina Bocchino, Angelina Bocchino. If that's you, congratulations. You are a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple from YouTube number 198. But you are not alone. We always award 2 winners every YouTube. So your friend in this winner chicken dinner is Lisa Beck. Congratulations, Lisa Beck. You also are a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And what do you have to do to claim your prize? You just have to go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says winner chicken dinner. It's towards the top of the page underneath our logo. Click it, follow the directions, and then just as soon as Dale has time, Dale and Kayla have time, they will get your prizes out to you every day. They do ship prizes every single day. They're allotted a certain amount of time first thing in the morning before the store opens that they ship out prizes. So hang tight and there will be happy mail coming to you. Congratulations, Lisa and Angelina. Woohoo! Now, again, we've got a make and take going on downstairs because we do an in-store make and take every Saturday. And so if you're anywhere in Southern California or sunny California or Nevada or Arizona and you want to take a drive on over, come visit us. We have the make and take going on until from 9 a.m. till about 1, 2 o'clock, or we run out of supplies because it's totally free, or I get tired. I have to admit, sometimes after about 6 tables, 72 girls, I'm tired. And I say, okay, I'm done. So, but if you're close, come see us. We would love to have you. And if not, well, that's why we have these YouTubes. So you can see all the latest and greatest product. More importantly, you learn how to use it. And you know, I'm going to talk about that. I know you're saying, go on with it, Stacey, but I need to talk about that for a minute. There was a customer who came into the store. Nice as all get out, and was visiting from another state, and she said, I just love your YouTubes. I do, but I just don't have the time to spend to do them, to watch them. And she said, could you be more like the girls out there that do 10 minutes or 15 minutes? And I said, well, no. I said, I just can't. That's not me. I said, but I'm not doing a product demo. I'm actually trying to do a class. So I looked at her and I said, tell me, how, if you were taking a class, how long would you expect a class to be? And she's like, well, probably an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. And I said, and how much would you pay for that class? And she's like, well, I don't know. I haven't taken a class in a long time, but maybe $40. I said, so my YouTubes are not supposed to be quick, and I don't speed my hands up, and I don't over talk and make everything go super fast, because I think of this as a class. And this is to teach you. And I know that I have to be repetitious to some point, because you just never know who's tuning in, who's starting crafting from the very first time, and they've never seen any of this before. But this isn't supposed to be a fast demo. Wham, bam, here it is, woohoo! It's supposed to be, here's how you use the product. And sometimes it's more important to tell you how not to use the product so you don't get it and do something with it that's going to harm the product. If I can show you a way how you're not supposed to use it, don't do this, before you do that, well, that's a happy day. So I know they're long, but that's me, and I'm really trying to teach, not so much demo. For that, there are fabulous other wonderful YouTubers out there that do an amazing job and get it done in under 15 minutes. I don't think I'll ever be that person. I threw my egg timer away when YouTube said you could have a YouTube as long as you want, because that egg timer counting my 15 minutes down gave me stress. So anyway, I just want to explain why they're so long. I think if you view these as a class versus a demo, maybe you would understand where I'm coming from and trying to bring you something that will encourage you and make you excited and show you that it really is doable. It really is. And hopefully at a price that everybody can afford. Okay, so that's it for me today. I'm off my soapbox, sorry, but I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started, and I can't wait to show you what Jillibean Soup and Hapmton Arts have for you. It makes my heart happy. All right, down we go. Bye. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And maybe adjust my camera a little bit. Oh, I worry. Oh, maybe I adjusted my camera too much. It's so, I get so nervous touching this thing. It's like if you touch one button, you're in trouble. All right, I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so downstairs, we are making the cutest shaker cards right now. Is that not darling? And it does. It's got the little sequins in it, and this is a phone shaker and makes a super cute card. And then I've got this one here to show you. This one says, "Let's chat soon." And again, everybody's downstairs having a great time making these, and the little sequins are in there. But I want to show you just how easy it is to do all of this. Now, I'm playing with the Hapmton Art product, and I'm going to bring some of it over to talk to you just a little bit about. I still feel like the camera's kind of off. I feel like I'm not square, but I guess we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so they have some product out that's really unique and really just amazing. First off, they have these little shaker pieces. Now, I know what you're thinking, only 2. No, if you look at them and you're out there shopping for them, you have to read. There's actually 6 pieces. It shows it right there, but it's kind of small. When you look at it, you think, what are those? And what would I do with them? And why do I need them? And do I only get 2 of them? No, you get 6 pieces. So I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna take a few out. These are your little shaker tubs. And guess what? Oh, mailman, guess what? They're self-adhesive. They have got double-sided tape right there to make them self-adhesive. Super cute. But then they also did dies and stamps that coordinate with their little shakers. And they have the shakers, and I want to say like 6 or 7 different sizes and shapes. So wait till I show them all to you. But you've got dies and stamps that coordinate with that shaker, and I'm going to show you how to use them. The cool thing is, these are only $3.99 each. So $8 gets you the set, except for we're going to have them on a YouTube Yummy, which makes them 20% less. So now you can see why I was saying so totally affordable. Then, so the little shakers are also $3.99, so you get 6 of them for that price. Then they have these card bases that are pre-die cut for you. Look at that. You'll never guess what fits in the center of them. Wahahaha. Is that awesomeness? It fits right in the center. You've got a shaker card. You're ready to go. This is easy. And almost everything is $3.99. The card bases, it's the sequins. But then they added, some of the sets have more than one stamp set to go with it. So if you get this one, that's, what is it? Something high, isn't it? Oh, Fly Away, I think is what this one is. That circle also works with the cute little Gumball machine. And then they have bigger sets, like the telephone, which is what we made our cards from. So I'm going to show you how to use all of this product. I'm going to show you how to use it in a couple different ways, because there is more than one way to do a shaker card. And if you don't have your dies and stamps to go with it, you can still make a darling shaker card just using these 2 pieces if you've got your own stamps to put flowers around it, or a sun or cloud or whatever you want to do. But let's get started, because I want to show you just how easy it is. I think I'm going to start with the Fly Away. And I'm going to open up the stamp set. and the die set. And for now, I'm going to put the die set over there so I don't lose it. Now the stamps are clear stamps, so they're very easy to use. You can see everything you're stamping. They give you the basket, they give you the balloon, they give you clouds and little sentiments. Really super cute. So I'm going to start by stamping. And I'm going to stamp on perhaps pattern paper. So I'm going to bring my Memento ink over. I'm going to bring my stamp gush pad over, and I'm going to bring over one of my blocks from Do Crafts. So I've got my new block set, which I'm loving. Let's see, is that going to be big enough? Nope, let's go off of this one. I love how you get a nice assortment of sizes. I love the storage. I haven't lost a block since I bought this. It's amazing. And they're so inexpensive. They're $12.50 for everything. It's just rock star. So I'm going to put my stamp right on my block. And it clings right to it. If you've not seen clear stamps before, it clings right to your block. You can, pull it off and put it on and pull it off and put it on and use it again and again and again. So once you have a set of blocks, you never really have to buy another set again because your stamps will all work on it. That's why having a nice assortment of sizes is handy. Now I think I'm going to ink myself up with my Memento, and I'm on a gush pad because you never want to stamp onto a hard surface. Stamping onto a hard surface doesn't let the stamp sink in and really actually get good contact with that paper. I'm also not going to do chest compressions. I'm not trying to revive the stamp. I just want to go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and up. And I've got my image. Now, this is the first time I'm using this stamp set at all. And often there's a little bit of residue left over from pulling it off of that little liner piece. So you may want to either wash them into a little bit of Palmolive or Dawn dishwashing detergent because it's gentle, or you just stamp a couple times. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, until you get the image that you're happy with. Now I could stamp also directly onto my card base. So let's ink up my stamp one more time. And I could use any color ink that I want, and I could line it right up to my card base, that little open hole. And 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. I have now started my balloon. But I want to show you die cutting the balloon as well. So I am going to take what I've stamped and I'm going to grab the die that coordinates with it. It's going to fit right around my little basket and my little strings holding my balloon, and I can cut this down. This is great for extra paper if you've got your little scraps. It's awesome to use for these types of projects because you can just mix and match. I'm going to bring my Sizzix Big Shot machine over. Big Shot machine, Sizzix Big Shot machine. The dies will work with a Big Kick, Big Shot, Vagabond, Sizzix Vintage, Sizzix Fabby, Sizzix Pro, Sizzix Plus, Sizzix Express machine, but these dies will also work with a Spellbinder machine or a Cuttlebug machine. These dies are not dependent upon going through a Sizzix Big Shot machine. Now I've got a magnetic platform here, and this is not sold with the machine. This is an added purchase. you will get a multi-purpose platform and you will be able to do exactly what I'm doing with a multi-purpose platform. The reason I'm using the magnetic plate is because I've done a stamped image. And I want to line it up perfectly and make sure it doesn't move. So I can line it up, and then you see it doesn't move. No hands, Mom! And then I can send it through my machine. Now I'm using a wafer die. This is a wafer die because it's super thin and it has ridges on one side and flat on the other. You need those ridges to go against that paper. If those ridges aren't against that paper, you've got nothing to cut. If you send it through without the ridges against the paper and you wonder why it didn't cut, you gotta flip your die around, and then I'm just gonna send it on through. And this is an open frame die, so one send should be fine. You might hear some creaks and cracks, it's okay. And now, let's get another card base out. We'll do both of them at the same time. Now, I have got the base for my balloon, only I did it out of pattern paper. So you could do this out of pattern paper. You can do it straight to the card base. It's really up to you. You can do it out of solid cardstock and stamp on the solid cardstock. I could come back through with some of my pins, whether it be a memento pin or a clean color pin or Tim Holtz Distress marker, and I could color it in if I wanted to do that. Holy smokes, I'm not sure what's going on out there, but it's going. I'm thinking the mailman was here. So now I've colored in my basket. It's really up to you what you want to do because you do have quite a bit of options. Now I'm going to tape this one on down. I could have put a card base around the front. There's lots to be done. So let's just tape this down. Now, I've had a lot of questions about tape, about adhesive. Can you see how I have accidentally used too much? It's gone over the side. Well, this is double-sided adhesive, which means the minute I peel that liner off and expose my sticky, it's ready to be put down. But remember, I went accidentally a little bit over. Because it's double-sided tape, you just fold it right back in on itself. And it's going to be just fine. So now I've got my beginnings of my balloon stamped directly onto the card base and die cut into the card base. Die cut out of patterned paper, stamped and adhered to my card base. Really cute. But we need to do some more to them. So let's take the background of this and let's take the balloon part of the stamp. And let's ink that up. So now I'm going to take the balloon part. I'm going to grab my memento ink, ink up my balloon part really good, and of course you could do this in any color that you want. Doesn't have to be black. I'm going to grab my gush pad real quick, and I might want to stamp this once or twice to get a really good image. So there's once. Let's do it again because I'm just getting a little bit of that film that was on there off. Let's do 2, 1, 2, 3, ABC. And we'll do it one more time. And 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Oh yeah, okay, so this is good. I want to show you the difference. So here's my first impression. Can you see that it's kind of got spaces and gaps and it didn't stamp as well? Here's my second impression. It's getting a little bit better, but you can see there's still some area that isn't so stamped so well. Here's my third impression, and it looks perfect. So when you take a stamp right out of the package and you don't wash it first, which I never do, I don't, I'm guilty, you do want to stamp with it a couple times before you actually stamp the image onto whatever you're working on. That way your image is clean and perfect. So if you've got copy paper or scrap paper, or you don't mind losing the paper you're working on, then go right ahead and stamp away. But you do want to give it a couple stamps before you actually stamp your final image, just so it cleans up and clears off really well. Now, included in the die set for this is that circle. Remember that circle? I'm going to take that circle and I'm going to use it right now. And I'm going to use it to cut out my little hot air balloon. So I'm going to bring my Big Shot back over. I'm going to line it up. Okay, now if your little magnet, if you're using a magnetic platform and your die is moving towards one of the magnets, don't try and make it stay where it's not going to stay. It's easier to find where your die wants to be and then move your paper to match the die. That way, because it is a magnet and it's trying to pull that metal. So I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to send it on. Oh, I just moved it. Holy smokes, artichokes. Let's try again. Okay, this time I'm not going to move it. There we go. It's an open frame die, which means one run should do plenty. And now I've got my balloon. Now I've got my balloon. So, what am I going to do next? Well, I'm going to finish building my shaker bits. Remember, I told you that the little shaker piece fits right in there. Fits right in there. And you're saying, well, yeah, Stacey, but where are you going to put this? If you put this on top of it, that's not going to look so good. You're not going to see the shaker pieces shake. You're right, I'm not. I'm going to use it as the backing to it because it's made to fit. So there's a couple different ways of doing this, and I want to show you. I'm going to show you this, I think, the easiest way first. You can go ahead and line up where your little piece belongs. So all I did was close up my card and lined my little piece there. And that's where it belongs. Now I can take some Stacey tape put it on, pull it off, and then line it up. So I'm not going to press down on it until I'm sure of where the alignment is. So I'm just going to close my little card base I'm not taking a ruler. I'm not gonna try and measure it out. I'm just kind of closing it and opening it and moving it until I find out where exactly I like it. A little bit this way. And then I'm gonna give a press down. Ta-da! Now, the easiest way to do this is to take some of your little blings, and yes, they make the sequins to go with it. Figure out how many you want and kind of dump them right on top of your little balloon. I want a pink one. Oh, there's a pink one. Okay. I wanted some pink ones. Maybe not the black and the orange. I shouldn't care, right? It shouldn't matter. They'll be darling. So now I've taken and put a few little sprinkles right on top of my balloon. Next thing, easy peasy. You just take off the adhesive, the liner, to expose the adhesive. So it's sticky right now. And you just put it all the way around your little, ta-da! Give a good press. And you've created your first shaker card. So cute, right? And then of course they give you the darling little, stamps to do some clouds. And let's see if I can get some clouds on here really quick. I don't know. We'll see how we go with this. Some clouds. Ink up my stamp with my pen. And doot. And you can add clouds, and they even have the little die for the top of the balloon if you want to add the little flag. So where's the little flag? So I could take my little flag right off. It comes right on that $3.99 die set. I know, that's a crazy price. And then let's put a little bit of Stacey tape on the back of this. Take that, move that. Bring my little die over, and I've put Stacey tape on the back of this. That way when I die cut it, it's already got the sticky. I've made an instant sticker, and that's why we do a lot with Stacey tape, because it holds, well, it's actually Simply Defined tape. You'll find it under Simply Defined tape, but it holds everything, and it makes anything an instant sticker, and we carry it in a lot of different widths. It's the most cost-effective adhesive that you can possibly buy. Grab my fussy tweezers. I'm gonna color in those clouds. So my stamped image would have gotten better and better the more I use the clouds, because I remember I didn't clean it first. So cute. And then I have my little flag that I already put Stacey tape on the back of, so I just have to lift that liner up. And then down it goes. Oh, it's getting so cute. And then they've got sentiments. Even included in the $3.99, you get sentiments. It's craziness. Let's see, what have they given you? Sending hugs, fly away with me, sending prayers, sending smiles across the miles. I think I like that one. So let's take my little guy off and put him on. And because I'm using the Do Crafts stamp blocks, they have grids. So I'm able to make sure that my sentiment is completely straight. Now it's not going to stamp great because I didn't clean it off, but I'm going to just go for it. Oh, almost forgot my gush pad. Sending smiles across the miles. It's so cute. I would add another cloud maybe. Instant shaker card. How easy does that get? So, I mean, especially when they've given you the hole in the card base, but if you don't want to buy their card bases, that's okay. If you get this set, you get the die. Die is going to cut a hole right in any card base you want. So if you want to use a card base that's different colored, or you want to put a face onto this card base where you've got a matting piece and you want to still be able to cut the hole out so you can get your shaker piece through, you can do that with these. And again, they're $3.99 for the stamps and the dies. So $8 and then 20% off. And then the shakers you get 6 of, and the cards, gosh, I think the cards you get 6 of. So you can really have a good time. But I want to do another one. I want to show you another one. And I could have done the same thing with this, just stamped on straight to it. So if you don't want to die cut at all, you just want to stamp, you can do that too. You can just stamp all of your detail on it and then add your shaker inside. You absolutely can do it either way. What makes your heart happy? I would throw a sun. I'd put like a sun up over here. And I mean, just super cute. They've really done a lovely job for the amount that you get for the price is just wonderful. But I said there's a couple different ways of doing it. So I'm going to move on. I'm still going to use the die set that I've been using, the Up, Up, and Away, because it has that circle in it that I want. It has that circle in it that I want. But I'm going to use it with a different stamp set. I'm going to use it with the Sweet set. And it's got a little gumball machine. And guess what fits right there? And the sentiments are, celebrate a sweet birthday, sweet for my sweetheart, and what is it? Sweet treat for you. So I'm going to play with this one. And again, this one only has the circle. So I'm going to have to stamp onto my card base because I don't have the die to make it cut. Now I could fussy cut it, absolutely. I'm not going to fussy cut it today. I want to show you everything you can do with these things. So let's go ahead. I've got my card base. And again, if you want to do your own card base and you have the Up, Up, and Away die, well, you're going to be able to put your circle in there. And they have many other dies and many other shapes and many other styles. I'll show those all to you at the end. I'm going to ink up. think I am going to grab just a piece of some white paper before I stamp on this. I am going to stamp off a little bit. 1, 2, 3, ABC. You can see I'm not trying to do chest compressions. I'm not pressing down so hard. 1, 2, 3, ABC. One, two, three, ABC. Oh, we're almost there. One, two, three, ABC. Oh yeah, okay. So, first impression. So if you stamp for the first time with a stamp and this is what you get and you think the stamp isn't any good, stamp again. Second impression, better than the first, right? Third impression, and then finally, perfect. Easy to do, just grab some scrap paper, and then you can bring over what you're working on because now you know your stamp is all ready for you. Okay, so I'm going to line it right up at the bottom. And gosh, I feel like I'm crooked, but ABC, 1, 2, 3, press and up. Ta-da! I've got the beginnings of a gumball machine. It's so cute. Now, they give you everything you need for the gumball machine. And I've got the little top to it. So cute. And they give you the little gumballs and all sorts of good stuff in there. I'm just going to put the little top right on it. So let's ink that up really quick. See, I was just a little off. Let's do an impression really fast. Okay, I think we're good. And let's line it up. There's the fire truck. And 1, 2, 3, ABC. Oh, so cute. Now, again, I could take my markers and go back in there and add some color to it. And any markers will do. They don't have to be anything special. What do you have? It's okay. Use what you've got. I can just go back in there and color and make it bright and fun and happy. It's amazing what just a little bit of color can do. Just a little bit of color can add. So cute. Okay, so now it's time for the shaker part. But I'm going to do this shaker part a little differently. I'm still going to use the shaker piece that comes from Jillibean. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm still going to use the piece. I'm still going to put it through the hole. This time though, I'm going to do it a little differently. Now, they don't have a die that goes with this to make a nice back piece for this. So I'm going to take the circle, and I'm going to die cut out a piece of paper. What looks like fun? Well, I guess polka dots are fun. I'm going to die cut out my circle. Because there's not a stamp to do the background. They give you the stamp to do the Gumball machine, but there's not a stamp to the background. Not like there was a stamp to do the balloon. There was a stamp so we could stamp and die cut and do the balloon. So this time I'm just going to take some pattern paper and quickly die cut out my circle. Roll it through once, easy peasy, creaks and cracks are fine. Yes, you can use another machine besides a Big Shot machine, but we love our Big Shot machine, but you may not have a Big Shot machine, so I don't want you to think you have to have a Big Shot machine. If you've got a Cuttlebug or a Spellbinders or whichever, it's all good. Now I'm going to take a piece of paper. Maybe I will just use, gosh, that would be cute if I used that on the inside, wouldn't it? Because then it would match. All right, I'm just going to trim this one on down. I'm going to freehand this. Normally I would use a trimmer, but I don't have one here, and we're just going to go with it. I am making a mat for the inside of my card. That was not straight at all. Oh my. So I am making a mat to go on the inside of my card. Why am I doing that? Well, remember last time I put the shaker straight there and put it straight on. Put it straight onto the base of the card. I could take this mat and line everything up and use my circle die and cut a hole in it so that my shaker would actually poke through my mat and still come through my card. But I want to show you an easy way. So I've made a mat. And I have my little die cut that I did. I'm going to use the opposite side of it. And again, I'm just going to line it up inside the hole. And then I'm going to tape it down. So I'm going to grab a little bit of Stacey tape. And again, I'm just eyeballing. These are forgiving. You can get away with just eyeballing. I'm going to peel off the Stacey tape, and I'm not going to press it down hard. I'm just going to move it around until I get it to the place I want it to be. So nope, this way. Nope, that's pretty good. I'm going to put it right down. So now I've created a mat and I've taped on the backing to my shaker. Then I'm going to add a few little pieces of my glitter. Whatever makes my heart happy. And not glitter, the sequins. They've got stars, and they've got all different colors of sequins in here. And I'll show you all of those at the end in little hearts. And you don't have to use sequins. Wait till you see some of the things we filled them with. Oh, darling. It's about being creative. If you've got seed beads, you could certainly use those. Okay, I shouldn't be so picky. Okay, so I've put a few little pieces on my mat that has my circle. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to open up my shaker again. I'm going to pull that liner right off because it's going to stick right down. All I have to do is line it right up. And I've got my little shaker. Now you could have added far more than I did. But you're still saying, I don't understand where you're going with this. Now I'm going to add Stacey tape to the outside of my mat. Right on top of it. Pull off the liner. This time, I'm going to stick it straight through. Oh, I'm crooked. I'm seriously crooked. Let's try that again and see if I can get myself straight. That's what happens when you freehand. Well, it's going to be crooked, but that's okay. It's in there. So cute. Finish coloring. Blue. And then we'll just do the yellow one more time. But when you open it, the shaker is hidden. And now you have room to mat something here and put your sentiment there because you've now hidden the shaker. Remember, we built it all on this piece. Before we attached. We built everything on here. We cut our mat, we cut our little backing piece out of our circle die. We attached that to our mat. We threw on, I need a few more. I was a little stingy with those. I need to get a few more in there. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Oh, yes, I am. Let's get a few more in there. Make it a little more happy. Come on. Oh, better. Better. So everything got attached to the mat, and then I put it through. So that when you open your card, you don't see the other little piece. Oh, here we go. You don't see this piece right here. Now that may not bother you. You may love it just like that and have the little shaker piece right there and then a little mat down here with your sentiment. It's whatever makes your heart happy. But I want to show you that there is more than one way of getting it done. So that even if the stamp doesn't have the background piece for you, we created our own background piece. Or you could have just done it white. It's whatever you want, but you definitely have options on how to get this done. And it's all using the exact same product. I haven't added anything except for markers. It's all using the same product, but two different ways. And then of course, if you really want to, you can start to build your card. And instead of your mat being on the inside, your mat can be on the outside. And I can show you samples of that. I'm going to work with the little telephone really quickly too, just because it's so darling. So the telephone is a larger set. It comes with the dies and the stamps, and it's $12.99, and it's on sale 20% off. But $12.99 is a really great price for this. It truly is. There's a lot in there for that price point, and I think that they have 4 or 5 sets that are already combined for you. They're a little bit bigger, they're a little bit nicer, but this one also uses that circle. So I'm going to take and I'm going to stamp first. And let's grab some paper and my gush mat, my block, it fits perfectly on. I'm going to ink up my stamp. So the reason why I'm using the Do Crafts grid blocks now is because we had a lot of customers. I generally use the Tim Holtz grid blocks, which are beautiful. They're a beautiful product, but they're very, very thin. And we've had customers say that they're a little too thin and it's hard for them to hold. So the Do Crafts blocks came out. They're brand new. It's not like they've been around forever. They're actually pretty new. And I ordered a couple of them to see if I liked them. And they're thin enough for you to be able to hold. But, well, no, that's backwards, reverse. They're thick enough for you to be able to hold, but they're thin enough for me to still feel the pressure that I'm applying. With a block that's very thick, I have a hard time knowing how hard am I stamping. Am I stamping too hard? Is it gushing? Because with a clear stamp, the harder you press, the more that stamp expands out. And when it expands out, it gets blurry. So if you're stamping so hard that your stamp is getting blurry, that's because you're pushing too hard. And I have trouble with a thick block knowing how hard I'm pushing, because the pressure has got to get all the way through the block and to the stamp and onto the paper. So with the Tim blocks, they were very thin and I could easily feel how much pressure I'm applying. But they're a little too thin for some people. With the Do Crafts, it's kind of a happy medium. They're not too thin and they're not too thick. So I'm still able to feel how hard I'm pressing, but yet still able to hold the actual block. So now I've got the little die for the telephone. And guess what it's going to cut out right in the middle? It's going to cut out that cute little center. So let me cut this one. Let's cut one of these out. They've made the die to cut that cute little center hole all for you. So I'm working on my magnetic platform. If you were working with your multi-purpose platform, you would keep it completely closed, all tabs closed. I have a cut plate. I have my paper with my stamped image. I have my die, and I'm gonna line it on up. Okay, line up, please. Gosh, that feels so big. Are we there? Well, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Because what's the worst that can happen? I'm slightly off. I'll live with it. Okay, so let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, it is higher on the top. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, okay. So cute, I was all worried for nothing. And it gives you that little circle. Came right out, which means if you're using double-sided paper, you've got your back right there to your telephone. So let me move that over and let me move this over. Gosh, I was all worried for nothing. And with the telephone, they give you that cute little dial. This time I'm going to use the small little block from Do Crafts. And I'm going to stamp on the opposite side of the double-sided paper, which is why having double-sided paper when you're doing this is really convenient, really handy. Oh. There we go. Because normally your double-sided paper coordinates. So now I've got the little dial. Isn't it getting darling? Okay, but I'm not done. Now I bring over, oh, let's open a new one. Now I bring over the card base. I can put my telephone right on it. Let's put it down with some Stacey tape. Remember, if you accidentally go over and it's sticking off your die cut, don't worry about it, just fold it in on itself. I can put that right there. I can decide what kind of paper I want on my inside. Oh, maybe the blue would be nice. Let's try the blue. So I'm just going to freehand a mat. It was funny, I freehanded some other stuff, and a YouTube subscriber, her comment was, I couldn't, watching you freehand was driving me crazy. Normally I don't, but but it's a handmade card. So I've got my mat. Now all I have to do is line up my dial. I could stamp my dial straight onto my inside mat if I wanted. If I didn't want to use the corresponding paper to make it match, I could stamp straight onto my mat. And all you got to do is figure out where you're putting your mat, line it up on the back side, lay it flat, leave it there. Don't move your card base. Use that card base as your guide. And I always forget how the dials go. Go like this. Okay. It's been a long time since I've had a phone that dialed this way. And press. So I could do it like this. Or if I want the matching paper, I use the cut that came out of this. Flip it around and use that. Which one do you like better? It's your choice. Then I take my little blings, my little not rhinestones, sequins. I'm not used to saying sequins. I'm used to bling and rhinestones. Get a few of them in there. Grab my little shaker piece. Center it. Make sure it's down really good. And then tape it. And it's super cute. But if I wanted, I could have put my backside in there. And finish out. We did. We finished it with the call me sentiment and a little fishtail banner at the bottom just to mat, and then glued. We took some of the Stay Put glue, put a little bit down on our craft mat. Doesn't take much. Little dip, and you can start decorating if you want to add a few of them around. So the Stay Put's going to dry completely clear. It's going to dry pretty darn quick, and it'll just let you decorate. Didn't get enough on that one. Let's put a little more down. And because you're putting it on your craft mat, when it dries, it just rubs right off because the craft mat's non-stick. There we go. You can make the most darling cards, absolutely adorable. And you can keep them as simple or as embellished as you want. I've done very, very simple cards for you where it's just right onto a card base, and then you're embellishing from there, just like these, straight onto the card base. And then you open it up, and you can write your whatever you need to write there. Very simple, straight to the card base. But we do have card samples that have just been glammed up and bammed up and woohooed up that I really want to show you. But I wanted you to see how easy it can be to use this. And again, let's say you liked the bubble gum stamp set. They're sold separately. So if you don't have a die cutting machine, that's okay. You can get this. You can get the little shakers and a set of the cards and start. You don't have to have a die cutting machine to make everything work. You just don't. Here, we could have taken the stamp for the telephone. We could have just stamped right on and put the stamp right onto a card base instead of die cutting it all. We could have stamped our cute little telephone right onto the card base, colored it, and then take in and put our shaker through it and make a shaker card that way. You don't have to have a die cutting machine to make these work because they've already put the holes in the cards for you, and they've given you the exact size shaker to make it work. And being that they're self-adhesive, well, that just makes everybody's life easier. So I have got oodles of samples to show you, but I also want to show you the product really, really quick. I think they're darling. And I think that if you're a beginning crafter, this is something you can do. You can keep them just this simple and put a little sentiment on it, whatever their little sentiment said for the celebrate a sweet birthday. I could take my scissors take my white paper, mat these two together, little big, but you get the idea. And stamp on it. Put them together, make a nice little mat. You could even fishtail it if you want, and how you fishtail it is you cut straight into the center, and then you cut from point to point. I've now made a fishtail banner. Put it down, stamp your sentiment, and you're good to go. You can do this. This is something that you can start and finish all in the same sitting and feel so accomplished, and give somebody something that was handmade that's interactive because it shakes and something that came from your heart. And if you think about it, the cost of a card from Hallmark is going to be far more, and these you can make again and again and again. And of course, if you're doing layouts for your scrapbooks, all you have to do is cut this out and mat it, and now you've got an embellishment for your scrapbook. It doesn't have to be just for cards. They can do so much more. And I love the price point. When she told me the price point, I said, come again? So I want to show you some of the product. First off, we have the sentiments. So they have stamp sets that are just sentiments, and they're $3.99 each, less 20%. And all it is sentiments. So this is Superstar and Happy Birthday, and this is Thank You, and You're So Sweet, and Life is Sweet, and this is Be Happy, and Bug Love, Darling. So they have standalone sentiments. Then they have the stamps and the dies, and we've bundled them together, but we've also sold them online. They'll be open stock, but we've bundled them together. So here is the stamp and the die for the set here. But here is one of the cards we made with it. There's the card. Done with this. Right? Amazing, isn't it? And yes, the card base that we sell for this is this big, and the shaker is that big. So everything's going to fit. But this set for the die and the stamp on sale is only $7.18. $7.18. Then we have the shaker. So you get, was there six? Yeah, you get 6 of them, and you get 6 of the card bases. And that's on sale for $6.38. So you're under $14 for all of that. Under $14. And at the very least, you're going to be able to make 6 cards right away because you've got 6 of these. But we are selling these open stock, so if you wanted to buy extras of these, you can. But I didn't want you to feel you had to because you can do your own. So cute. Then, let's see. Then we have the jar. Oh, the jar is so darling. Let me find some of the jars. So, what you get with the jar, same thing, stamp and die set. This set is only $6.38. It's a little bit smaller than the Sun. The Sun is the largest set for the combos. This is only $6.38 for both of them combined. Amazing, right? Amazing. And then they have the jar shakers and the cards that have the jars already cut out. Again, 6 and 6, $6.38. So now we're under $13 for everything. And of course, you can always get more of the card bases and the shakers, but you'll never need more of the die and the stamp because you're going to use that forever. And you don't even have to make a shaker out of them. These are cute if you don't even want to make shakers out of them. So let me show you some of the samples of this set. Is that cute? Look at, we die cut the lemons because it comes with it, and we used those inside. We put a few little blingies in there, but we used the lemons. Is that so cute? I was saying earlier, it comes with the little lid, it comes with the stamp and the die for the straw, comes with sentiments. I was saying earlier, you don't have to just use the sequins. You can use different things to put into your cute little shaker card. So there's one of the samples using the jar. Here's another sample using the jar. And this is just on a red card base. Really cute. So this is using the jar. Then we have, do I have any more jars? Then we have the stars. So with the stars, you have, oh, was it Oh Happy Day, Make a Wish. You've got a little banner. You've got the birthday. You've got Dream and Wish. You've got the dies to cut out the banners. You've got the die to cut out the stars. And it's $6.38. But then you also have the card bases and the shaker pieces. $6.38. So again, under $13. If you've got a gift that you need to get somebody, oh, this is so cute. Okay, let me see if I can find samples of the stars. Oh, yep, right here. And all Claire did was take ink and ink the back to make it look dreamy. And then the cute little stars, die cut. She did a silver glitter on the back, just silver glitter paper. Backed it just the way we told her, just the way I showed you. Built everything onto the base and then stuck it through and popped some of her stars and added the word dream, which comes with it. It's part of it. Part of the set. So this is Claire. and stars. So cute. Okay, you ready to see another stars? This one's completely different. How cute is that? So now we've added a little bit of pattern paper down the side and stamped the stars and just attached the star shaker right to the center. How cute is that? And easy. And you've made an interactive card. So that's the stars. Then we have the clouds. I have to tell you, the clouds are some of my favorites. I love the clouds. So of course we've got the cloud card bases and the shakers. Again, same price, $6.38. But then we've got the stamp and the die. And you'll see that the die has the kite, and it goes to the kite down here, and it's got the birdies, and it's got little raindrops. And this one's also $6.38. But wait till you see the samples. So we took the butterflies from one of the other sets. Do you have a butterfly punch at home? Do you have a butterfly die at home? Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Love this. But it's not the only one I love. Okay, I love this one too. Remember I told you about the little seed beads if you've got them? Hang in there. And those little stamps come in the set. That's part of the stamp set. And then just a little sequin down at the bottom. Hang in there. And the hang in there comes with the stamp set too. It's just so darling. And again, this is just inked. There's nothing else done to the front of the card base, but just a little bit of ink. Hang in there. I love, love, love the cloud set. I think it's just darling. Then we have some of the larger sets. Well, let's do this one first. Let's show you the one we were working with is the balloon, which I think is Fly Away. Thinking that's what they called it. I can never find where they name their stuff. The balloon, and that's the one we worked with. $6.38 for the two of them. And then the shakers and the card bases. And then remember, you can also use the telephone die with it, or you can use the bubblegum stamp set. This one comes with stamps and dies. This one's just stamps. But you can use them all together. They all coordinate. Here is another one done with the bubble gum. And you can see the little sprinkles put in there. Make it so cute. Simple, easy, but effective. And you just have to be happy when you see it. And when somebody gets it, they're going to be thrilled. Then we have a little bit more embellished, the telephone. So we've added a lot of embellishment. We've popped it and we've pushed it and we've cut a base of a card and layered it on top so we could have layers of paper underneath it. And this one opens this way. So instead of using the whole piece, we trimmed a piece out and layered it on top of matting paper so that you even get more of a layered, embellished look. So cute. Okay, oh, and another one with the circle. Put some dimension in there. Again, we cut 2 cards. So the base card and then another card we just cut out and popped it up right on top of the original base card, keeping the holes the same so that we could add even more dimension. And those are what are those little candies in there? Just darling. Then we have the teacup. So the teacup comes as a die and stamp set, $12.99 and then 20% off. And then of course it has the matching shakers and the matching card bases to go with. Look at how cute. It's all done for you. And here, it's been cut so that you can have your matting paper right on top. So darling. Then we have the little TV set. Well, it goes with the square. So the square starts with a frame and all these sentiments. And it's one of those $6.38 ones. But then it has another set that matches, which is the cute little TV set that has the dies and the stamps. So these squares all go together, and then it has the square shaker and the square card base. All goes together. You can do just this, you can do just this, you can do just this, you can do just these, you can do just these. It's really up to you what you want to make your heart happy with. But the samples. Is that so cute? Little stars. I cut out little stars and stamp them and put them in there. And then one of my most favorite samples is Dinner and a Movie. And it's got popped popcorn and kernels in there. Dinner and a Movie. Just done with the TV as a silhouette. How cute. Dinner and a Movie. I think we're almost there. I think the last one we have is the hearts. So the hearts, we have the base and the card base. We've got the cute hearts and the light bulb. What's up? Just thought of, or just thinking about you. And then we have the cute little shaker card made with it. And it's got silver glitter in there. Ooh, am I losing? Aw, put it back on. There we go. You brighten my day. I almost lost that. So silver glitter. A little ink around the outside to make it look like it's glowing. Really cute. And then we have a card where we just used the shaker and decorated it. Didn't use any stamps, didn't use any dies. We just used the card base and the shaker to make our own. We can make our own just using the card base and the shaker. Okay, we also have all of the fun sequins in lots of wonderful colors. I think there's more than this, but oh, there's the green. Lots of the sequins, and they're also $3.99, and you get 4 shades in each one. So this is from Hapmton Arts and Jillibean Soup. And I really do think that they just make a beautiful little card or a beautiful little embellishment. easy because everybody is really into shakers, but done in a way that's so affordable and easy. Like I said, easy. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to tilt on up and I'm going to say, oh, okay, now I'm going to tilt on back. I'm going to, too much, Stacey. I'm going to say, I hope you had a good time with this YouTube. There's a lot to be done here if you just give yourself the chance to try. And at these prices, I think that most of you will be able to pick up a set or two and start. Remember that if your stamp is not stamping well and you just took it right out of the packaging, stamp it a couple times or wash it with some Palmolive or Dawn dishwashing detergent and get that extra residue off. And remember, use a gush pad when stamping and you're not doing chest compressions. 1, 2, 3, ABC and up. All right, we'll have all of these products on a YouTube Yummy for you, including the Do Crafts. We've had the Do Crafts on a YouTube Yummy for a while, but we'll do it one last time. So they come down to like $10.63 for the whole stamp block. That's for all of it. And I think that I'm really proud to be carrying this product because I think that Hapmton Arts and Jillibean Soup really thought about making this accessible to everybody. And that, to me, is one of the most important things that we can do. Keep crafting going. So you're going to find all of this at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. You're going to look under the YouTube Yummy category and see it all. And I will see you next week for YouTube number 200. And it is the next release of Simply Defined. So we'll figure out something wonderful to do. But thank you for being there. Oh my gosh, almost 200 YouTubes. Thanks for hanging with me, and thank you for understanding that this is a class, and I love doing it every single week. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.